the Invisible Man broadcast, where we make the unknown known.
What do you expect? This is why it's grown niggas online right now talking about period poo, and it ain't got shit to do with their sexuality. Because you know nowadays y'all call everything gay. Everything ain't gay. A lot of this shit is programming. Everything don't have to do with a bitch's sexuality. A lot of it is what the fuck's going on in these households, the way these kids are being raised. When shit plays out as far as how your upbringing went, you should get both sides. And it's not about getting both sides and seeing if your mama was wrong or your daddy was wrong or who was right. The idea is I need to get a clear picture of both perspectives, so that as I grow up and I date and I become the man or woman I'm supposed to be, I can have a clear picture, a good example on how men and women view the same scenarios differently, because life handles them differently. Back in the days, before that shit that happened in the 60s, like back in the days, women understood that even though I don't fuck with his daddy, even though I might not even want a nigga right now, my son needs to get around men to understand how to operate as a man in this world. And this is why niggas right now be pulled over by the police. Mom, they pulling me over. Mom, you gonna come up here? Mom, I got locked up. You gonna bond me out? I'm saying, man, you ain't gonna come get a nigga out of here? Babe, what I do, what I tell the people when I call the bank? Babe, what I tell them? Man, see, this is why I want you to just talk to them for me. I'm saying, babe, just call them for me. This is the thing that's missing nowadays, right? And this is why a lot of y'all females, you really don't understand what's going on, because you are one of these, right? Somebody type one of these. One of these is what I'm talking about is back in the 1960s when the, government had that certain agenda with welfare to break up not just black homes, but poor motherfuckers, to break up the family unit, right? To where women started to feel more empowered to raise their children without the man around. We lost a lot of key things, right? So for example, back in the day before the fuck shit went on with, these feminist movements and all this shit where it played a man against a woman in relationships, back in the day when a woman was left, meaning a fuck nigga left his family, and this woman was left to really have to raise children by herself, right? Especially boys, right? Because sometimes niggas got killed, sometimes niggas would just fuck niggas and they abandoned their family, sometimes niggas got locked up or whatever, right? But this was before this fuck ass, I'm a single mom and this is the way to be, girl. Have your baby, don't worry about a nigga, and if he gon' help, right? This was pre all this shit, right? A lot of y'all hoes is not one of these, and I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all is. But back pre this fuck shit, when a mother did end up single and they was raising especially a son or sons, when your ass started acting like a bitch, being too emotional, and by too emotional, I mean getting to the point where, because ain't no man in the house, you picking up woman ways, meaning you walking around this bitch twisting like me, these women would go take their sons and drop them off at the barbershop to sweep up hair all day in the neighborhood. They would take their asses to Billy Ray house down the block, and Billy Ray, take him cutting yards with you today, like toughen his ass up. Like they would take them and go and allow them to be around men. Not y'all. Y'all on this, I got to protect my sons from men, even though he gonna grow up to be a man and not know exactly what the fuck the world has in store for him, because I'm not a man and I don't know what to do, because I don't experience what men experience. Back in the motherfucking day, the mamas would take their sons around niggas to go get some game from niggas that they know they didn't have. So they would, after school, take your ass up to the barbershop and you go up there and be around some men all motherfucking day long. Sweep up some hair, let them niggas talk to you, get your motherfucking mind right. When you start acting fresh and want to pull up at your mama, they go take you around to somebody's house, whether it's a family member or down the block, and you go get with some motherfucking men. So a man can teach you how to respect your mama for the work she put in by herself on raising you, and so they can give you the game on how to carry yourself as a man. Back in the day when women had little boys that was running around crying too much and all that shit like that. And by crying too much, I don't mean that a man can't have emotions and can't cry. So don't try to flip around what I'm saying. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you done babied that little boy so much that this motherfucker crying and grabbing on your fucking dress hem like a little girl all day long, they would purposely take their sons and go allow them to spend a day with a motherfucking mechanic, in the barbershop with a bunch of niggas, with a nigga with a landscaping company. Go out and get around some men that are doing physical labor and getting an idea for what men are supposed to be worried about. Not this whole ass shit that we sit in the house worrying about as females. A lot of y'all, you're not one of them. You're not one of them. And see, a lot of y'all, like I see a comment right now, y'all really don't understand what I'm explaining. This don't got nothing to do with nobody's sexuality. You can be gay, straight, whatever the fuck you want to be. If you're a man, the world is going to expect certain things out of you. I don't give a fuck what your sexuality is. This is when you're being raised by a real one, male or female, mother and father, single dad or single mom. A perfect example. When chaos breaks out or violence, the world expects men in the room to protect the women and children in the room. I don't give a fuck if you gay or straight. If you're in the room and there is violence going on, or a man trying to do something to a woman or a child, gay or straight, nigga, you have to put your motherfucking purse down and help the fuck out, or the world's gonna look at you like, damn, how the fuck that nigga just stood there and let that other nigga attack that woman like that? Damn, how the fuck that nigga ain't jump in and protect them children? Y'all gotta understand, my page is operating off of logic, off of common sense, off of science, off the way the world works. You can be whatever the fuck you gonna be, but it's some shit that this is just the way the world works. When we look at infrastructure and the way that the world is built, roads and construction and buildings, and if there was a shortage in construction workers, the world is gonna expect you niggas to step up and take those manual labor jobs. Just because you're a dude. It don't got shit to do with whether you gay or straight. It has everything to do with this is what the fuck is going on in the world. And if you know, like I know, if you got a son, a boy child, a male, one that identifies as a man, gay or straight, you better teach that motherfucker about this stuff. You better let that nigga get some experience with manual labor, how to fix some shit on a vehicle, what's going on with construction, how to understand how to apply yourself physically, because this is what the fuck is going on in the world. If it's 3 bitches and 2 niggas in the house and the toilet get clogged up, the way the world works, if you 2 niggas don't go and try to fix this plumbing and a woman in there doing it, we gonna look at you as some bitch ass niggas. And you could be sitting and saying, well, I was raised with a single mama and she didn't teach me nothing about unclogging no toilet. The world is not going to spare you because of that, sir. And you hoes know this too. This is why, if you know like I know, you'll be moving like bitches was moving back before this whole feminist ass movement. I don't need a nigga. I'm going to raise the kids by myself and never let my son be around no niggas, because you got to protect these kids from these niggas. There will be certain things y'all sons will be expected to know. Don't got a fuck thing to do with their sexuality. It has everything to do if, bitch, you know what I know about raising male children. Yes, they need to step out the way. Take them sons up to the barbershop somewhere. Drop them niggas off with a nigga with a lawn service so he can go out all day in the sun and sweat. Put that motherfucking video game down and go learn what the fuck is going on in the world. But see, y'all don't operate in y'all feminine this way. You want to do everything yourself. This is why we see videos online with one of these young niggas standing up there with their pants sagging while you changing the tire. And y'all done broke down on the side of the road. It's not fin the fuck to go on. Not with no woman that understands that I'm a female. I'm a woman. I'm a feminine figure. I'm the emotional, home-caring one. Nigga, you is the man. And I'm going to let you be every bit of that. That's why I told y'all on that other live, running around like trying to show niggas how independent you are. That's not the look, sis. That's not what it is, sis. And then y'all be talking about, oh, the niggas don't lead. Oh, they don't. Y'all don't let them. And by let him, I mean you got to get the fuck out the way. You got to get the fuck out the way. Like, move out of the way. Like, open the door up for a nigga to be able to have to get in that pocket. Yes, they need to be opening car doors and to be going up there, putting in some work to earn a couple dollars. And the thing is, y'all don't understand. I don't give a fuck how smart your son is intellectually in school, how good his grades is. You got to get that little boy around some people that can teach him about the expectation that the world has on men for physical labor. You got to give that man some game. You got to give your son some game on how to make a hustle out of just being able to use your hands. Just being able to show up and lift some motherfucking furniture. Just being able to assist, handing the nigga some tools. They can't do that sitting up in the house watching y'all motherfucking pole dance and put on lace wigs and fucking sit around and make sugar scrubs and shit. They won't develop these skills sitting up looking in y'all face talking about period poo all day long. Real bad. They won't develop that. This is why, in y'all voice, the dating pool fucked up. These niggas don't know how to be niggas. These men ain't lit. Yeah, because they was raised by one of them. One of y'all hoes. That they mama thought the same way that y'all bitches think. Like, a nigga is not necessary to be in the picture. So then when the boy grow up thinking mostly like a woman, when he grow up operating mostly like a female, when he grow up wanting the women he fucking on to operate like his mama and guide him in his life, y'all got a problem with that. But what the fuck did y'all expect when the nigga grew up 18 years seeing nothing but how a bitch run things? What do you expect?